For secondary consolidation settlement, the magnitude of the secondary consolidation can be calculated as um, C prime alpha H logarithm of T2 over T1, where C prime alpha is equivalent to C alpha over 1 plus EP. C alpha is your secondary compression index, while EP is the void ratio at the end of primary consolidation. The void ratio at the end of primary consolidation can be computed as uh, E0 minus delta E primary. So itong delta E primary is just equivalent to this equation right here, or the CC logarithm of uh, sigma prime 0 plus delta sigma prime over sigma prime 0. So let's now solve an example. For a normally consolidated clay layer in the field, the following values are given. The thickness of the clay, which is 2.6 meters. The void ratio, E0, 0.8. The compression index, CC, 0.28. While average effective pressure on the clay C prime 0 is already given, which is 127 kilonewtons per square meter. Delta sigma prime is equals to 46.5 kilonewtons per square meter. Secondary compression index C alpha 0.02. We are required to determine the total consolidation settlement of the clay layer 5 years after the completion of the primary consolidation settlement. Note that for the completion of primary settlement, it is equals to 1.5 years. So let's solve this problem. So here in this problem, we are required to determine the total consolidation settlement of the clay layer 5 years after the completion of primary consolidation settlement. So it means that uh, since the primary consolidation already took place, and we are required to determine the total consolidation, given that we have here the factors for the secondary uh, consolidation settlement. So for us to determine the total settlement, and there are no given values here for elastic settlement, so it means that we have two categories of settlement here for the primary and the secondary consolidation settlement. So that's your total settlement. So let's compute first the primary consolidation settlement. So going back from the previous lecture, um, if we have given here the pre-consolidation pressure, sigma prime C, we can say that that's an over-consolidated type of clay. But since wala namang given dito, we can say that this is a normally consolidated soil. So going back from our general equation for normally consolidated clay for primary consolidation, so our formula for the settlement is equals to CCH over 1 plus E0 logarithm of sigma prime 0 plus delta sigma prime over sigma prime 0. So that's our equation. Okay. So may given naman na tayo ng compression index, H, thickness of the clay layer, this is your H, and given na rin yung ating average effective pressure as well as delta sigma prime. So we can now compute the primary consolidation settlement. So CC 0.28 multiplied by 2.6 meters over 1 plus E0 0.8 logarithm of 127, that's in kilopascal, plus 46.5 kilopascal over 127 kilopascal. So our answer will be in meter. Then we convert it into millimeter by multiplying 1000. Okay. So the primary consolidation settlement here is 0.28 times 2.6 over 1 plus 0.8 logarithm of 1.7 plus 46.5 times 1000. That will be 54.801. 8, 80 na lang. km naman. So this is your answer here for the secondary settlement. For the primary consolidation settlement. For secondary settlement, going back from our general formula for the secondary, based on the lecture, we have C prime alpha h logarithm of T2 over T1. So for C prime alpha, it can be computed as C alpha over 1 plus EP. For EP, that's E0 minus delta E primary. For delta E primary is equals to, that's CC logarithm of sigma prime 0 plus delta sigma prime over sigma prime 0. So yun. Let's compute this. We have compression index 0.28 logarithm of 127 plus 46.5 over 127. Okay, computing delta E, that will be, okay, let's just remove H here. Okay, yeah, that's 0.0.28. Okay, that will be 127 logarithm. Okay, 0.038. 0.038. That's your delta E. So we can now compute EP. EP is E0. Our E0 is right here, given. That's 0.8 minus 0.8 minus delta E primary, 0.038. So EP is equals to 0.8 minus 0.038. 0.762. We can now compute C prime alpha. That is equals to this equation. So we now substitute the given C alpha 0.02. 0.02 divided by 1 plus your computed EP 0.762. So the C alpha is equals to 0.02 over 1 plus 0.762. That's 0.011. 0.011. Now for the secondary settlement, we can now substitute all the values. Okay, going back, C prime alpha h logarithm of T2 over T1. So for the secondary settlement, substituting all the given values here, C prime alpha computed 0.011 multiplied by the width, thickness of the clay layer, that's 2.6 meters, logarithm of T2 over T1. T2 is the final time, which is 5 years after the completion of the primary consolidation. T1 is the total time for your for the primary consolidation to complete. Okay? So your T1 is 1.5. So matitirang unit is in meters, you multiply it by 1,000. So let's compute this. 0.011 times 2.6 logarithm of 5 over 1.5 multiplied by 1,000. Okay. The answer is 14.95 millimeters. So for the total settlement, we just add the two values of our settlement for the primary consolidation and the secondary. For the primary, yung na-compute natin kanina, that was equals to 54.8, 54.8, 54.80, 54.80 mm plus 14.95 mm. Okay, so the answer is 69.75. Okay, 69.75 millimeters. That's your final answer for the total settlement. So that's how we solve total settlement, which includes secondary consolidation settlement. Okay, so that ends our lecture.